forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, we take a look at the storm tracker Doppler, and we've been watching some showers and storms over the last several hours right along I-72 near Springfield, now south of the interstate for the most part, getting into Christian County near Edinburgh, and you go right along the interstate there towards Decatur, and then also we're seeing some additional activity here in portions of DeWitt and also Piatt County, right over the Monticello area and to the west between Cisco and Monticello, finding these showers and thunderstorms. We've got a few lightning strikes in there, another little cell, as you can see, into portions of Shelby County. So we're going to watch these storms roll through. Nothing expected to be severe, but the rain is definitely going to pick up for most of us by tomorrow. We'll talk more about that coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
And hopefully the General Assembly will step in and do their job and take care of this interpretation and rewrite it.
The governor wants you to stay home for another month, while one lawmaker is taking the issue to court, saying it's too long.
There were no protocols, and it was woefully inadequate.
Plus, their mother died from COVID-19 at an assisted living facility, why they say she was treated poorly.
Just being able to go there and watch the transformation of recovery from some of the veterans.
And it's all due to these beautiful animals, where therapy comes on 4 legs.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
You know, its purpose, I believe, was to limit the governor's emergency order powers to 30 days.
Governor Pritzker's latest extension of the stay-at-home order isn't making everyone happy. In fact, it could bring about legal action. Good evening, I'm Paul CICCHINI. One downstate Republican is suing the governor over the changes. WCIA 3's Cole Hankey spoke with lawmakers from across the state about what they thought of the governor's new order.
Lawmakers across the state are divided on Governor Pritzker's latest executive order. On this week's episode of Capital Connection, Republican Representative Darren Bailey said he filed a lawsuit against the governor's latest executive order, saying the governor should not be able to file consecutive executive orders.
Well, I'm asking the judge to interpret law, and then hopefully the General Assembly will step in and do their job and take care of this interpretation and rewrite it, maybe make it more understandable.
Some of Bailey's colleagues do not feel as strongly as Bailey, but do believe the governor needs to involve other branches of government. House Republican Tim Butler was happy to see certain changes that his caucus advocated for, like state parks and golf courses reopening, but still believes Pritzker should involve the House and Senate in designing these orders.
There's nothing in the law that says he can't issue consecutive orders. Now, it says an order lasts for 30 days, and I think right now, he really has gone beyond the spirit of the law by not engaging the legislature and try to help him craft something. And I think that's going to be a real problem for him down the road.
Lawmakers advocated for a regionalized approach to the reopening of the state, citing less cases of coronavirus in downstate counties than Cook County and the Cowler counties. Democratic Representative Sue Scheer out of Decatur understood that the extension needed to happen, but also sees where her colleagues across the aisle are coming from.
You know, on the one hand, I just like everyone else would just love to have all the businesses back up and running and let us go back to leading our normal lives. And yet, on the other hand, I see people dying.
Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA 3, your local.
The extension of Pritzker's executive order goes into effect on May 1st. Now, Coles County has recorded its first COVID-19 death. Health Department officials aren't giving any details about the person who died. The county has 22 cases of coronavirus. 6 have recovered. This is an update. There are now 104 cases of coronavirus in Macon County. 75 are linked to assisted living facilities, which included almost a dozen deaths. Fairhaven Senior Living in Decatur is home to a large number of cases there. Jean Drew was the 9th reported death at the facility. She tested positive April 11th. By the next week, she died.
As the days and the weeks went on, it became increasingly apparent that the healthcare professionals, at least at Fairhaven's, were not trained, there were no protocols, and it was woefully inadequate.
The facility is conducting an internal investigation into one allegation of abuse or neglect. A representative from the facility says it legally has to conduct an investigation into any allegation that's made. The Villas Senior Care Facility in Sangamon County has 12 new positive cases. That brings the total to 26 people who have or have had COVID-19. 18 are residents, 8 are staff members, 2 people have died. As for Sangamon County as a whole, there are 14 new cases, 87 total. Champaign County has 3 new cases, 103 overall. As for cases across the state, there are over 2,700 new diagnoses. That's the largest one-day total. There are well over 39,000 cases in Illinois. There are 108 new deaths from COVID-19. That brings the total to nearly 1,800 people killed by COVID-19 in the state. To see the total number of cases in your community, you can download the WCIA 3 News app. While many businesses are struggling to get by, some are getting a boost from the state. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting explains what that help looks like and how those who aren't getting it are managing.
Likely will be one of the last places to open, and we recognize that.
In the midst of finding out their dining rooms will be closed for another month, some businesses in Champaign County are getting help from the state.
We weren't expecting anything.
Rose Bowl Tavern in Urbana is one of them. They're getting $10,000 in grant funding. Owner Charlie Harris knows exactly where it will go.
Rent and bills, utilities, infrastructure. We've lost 90 to 95% of our business.
The entertainment venue is doing everything they can think of to bring in money.
We're doing to-go alcohol, sales, beer and booze.
In the meantime, other businesses are still trying to get by on their own. One that's doing well is Philo Tavern, but they attribute most of their success to the community.
Everywhere around like this immediate area has just been phenomenal. I mean, they've supported us completely.
Others, like Seven Saints in downtown Champaign, have temporarily closed. But with the extension of the stay-at-home order, they're considering opening back up in some capacity. With their fate decided, at least until the end of May, most businesses are just trying to stay optimistic.
We're kind of ready to just ride this out until it's over. Like, there's nothing, you can't really sit and dwell on it too much because there's nothing you can do.
Reporting in Champaign County, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
The winners of those grants were chosen like the lottery. More than 12,000 applied for grants. More than 700 were awarded the grants. The other businesses that received grants in Champaign County are Caribbean Grill, Sticky Rice, Country Inn and Suites, and Hyatt Place. They'll each receive a different amount of money. With students across the state e-learning for the remainder of the school year, internet accessibility has been a concern for some. The Pritzker administration recently revealed a hotspot map. It shows where students can find Wi-Fi. Many public libraries are on that list.
Definitely check with your local library to see if they do offer the Wi-Fi hotspots. And most libraries in the area are at least providing the Wi-Fi from the building out into the parking lot. So you can, drive to the parking lot and at least sit in your car and access it.
Right now, the state has more than 200 hotspot locations on the map. Many universities and community colleges are also on the list. There was a neighborhood where a teenager was shot earlier this month, while some teachers paraded through those streets today. Also tonight.
This just totally caught me off guard, and I'm so happy,
It was therapy this veteran needed. One special guest showed up for his 70th birthday.
And as we take a look outside, we're looking south on the Roofing Dog on at Bradshaw weather camera towards stormy skies as showers and storms roll in our direction after a high today of 65, fairly normal on both the high and low today. And when we come back, we're talking about the rain, a cool Saturday that is heading our way, and how we will see some sun this weekend coming up.